let's get back to Wes. So
Yeah.
apparently he's been arrested. It's the end for him. But we're gonna. John Bravo's got the police report right here.
Yeah.
Let's check it out together, guys.
Yeah,
shall
quick
we?
backstory, just real quick. So Wes meets Megan a few weeks ago, stripper, escort, whatever, falls in love, gets engaged. He proposed to her on Angie's birthday. So
Oh yeah, Angie was the other escort.
yeah, that was the one before that.
Yeah.
So he's doing this.
Whatever happened to her?
I don't know. She's just living and probably still stripping and doing whatever spiritual guru healing,
Oh yeah.
That was
I
her
remember
little
that.
grift.
Yeah.
Low IQ, spiritual grifting.
Women love astrology and rocks.
Yeah,
They think there's
and Reiki and all this
Yeah.
stuff and your chakras. And I mean,
Yeah.
I believe in all that crap, but they don't,
Oh.
but they don't explain it well enough to where like, oh, this actually does make sense. It's just
Do you believe in like the magical rocks?
Uh-huh.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Interesting. All right. Anyway.
Yeah, you believe in Garfield, a cartoon.
Hey, thank you. But Derek's a lovely boy, and he bought me.
I know. I always give him gifts.
Where is
when
it?
When I find Garfield related memorabilia, I get it for him.
Check that out. I gotta put that on my phone case.
Yeah, it's
actually.
a little thing so you can hold your phone.
I think it'll look adorable.
Yeah.
So that way, when I'm jacking off,
I know.
You know what I
I
mean?
figured you'd like that.
I do. It's
You never-
actually very thoughtful.
I know. You never get me anything, but
That's true.
I've probably gotten you, no joke, over the last 2 years, like 10 gifts.
I buy you food,
Yeah, that's true.
So.
That's fair.
and I give you rim jobs.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah, so I don't know what you're talking about.
And I don't shower for like several weeks.
I
So.
don't. You see me complaining.
Yeah, right. You love it.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, this is like gourmet. Yeah, pretty much.
The defendant told her if the police were to have arrived at the residence, she needed to tell police. She slipped on the rug at the residence. Throughout the altercation, the victim stated the defendant held her hostage and would not let her leave. So as we already know, Peggy Watson, that woman beating piece of shit, was charged with 5 felonies in the state of Florida for beating the shit out of a girl like the coward we all know he is. And the next day,
Is that the girl?
he was
Yeah.
in court
Yeah, that's the girl.
thinking he's gonna get
Way better looking than Angie was.
Yeah. This girl's pretty. I mean, she's like in her 20s, and
What a bimbo, though.
I know, like, at least from the few videos I've seen of her, she actually seems like a sweet girl. But from what I heard, she's just a straight up gold digger that, if you don't have money, don't even bother like
Right.
talking to her. Even though they show pictures of her ex boyfriend or whatever, and he's just some sort of schlub who, on his profile, calls himself an AI artist.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
You know what I really want to do? I want to hire like an escort, and then take her out for like the most boring evening of all time.
Yeah,
Take her to the Jay's hot dogs.
yeah,
You know what
that'd
I
be
mean?
awesome.
And then we'll go to Barnes and Noble afterwards.
Yeah.
Which to me sounds like a great evening.
Yeah, and you don't even hook up either.
No, I'm like, no, I'm tired. It's 9 o'clock.
Yeah,
so
it's like we got to go on a few more dates before we even entertain kissing.
Yeah. But I pay her a lot of money.
Yeah, like
to do that.
$1,000 every time.
Yeah. Every half hour, I'm throwing just thousands of dollars at her.
Yeah.
And she's so bored. She's like, oh, God, all right, well, I guess I'll.
And another thing with Wes Watson, so he proposed with, if this is a real ring, people said it would have cost somewhere between $120,000, $150,000. Where is Wes getting this money from anymore? Maybe during the peak of his coaching career, maybe dummies would pay him thousands of dollars, but who is paying him anymore for his?
I don't know.
He doesn't even work out anymore.
Yeah, his online coaching grift is. There's no way anybody's paying him for any sort of like,
Yeah.
coaching as far as what? Working out, making money, crypto, like what exactly?
His coaching thing would be basically like, oh, give me a couple grand and I'll send you a program. He just copy paste a meal plan. He's like download these few apps. He doesn't even help the people.
Right.
Like-
I love when like they tell you if you pay me $3,000, I'm going to tell you exactly how to make $20,000, and it's like, how
Yeah.
dipshit really? Like how really?
Yeah. And it's always in a short period of time.
Right,
Like you
right.
could invest $3,000 into something, and maybe 10, 20 years it could go up to 10
Right.
grand. But like overnight wealth is all a BS scam.
Yeah, it's a load of malarkey. That's why I don't like Andrew Tate for that reason. He still does like that online it's like that player's ball or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
Idiots pay him money just to. I don't get it. Come on, guys, stop being such
I
weak
know.
losers.
For real. Wake up to this nonsense.
Get out on bail, $115,000, right? Well, what happened was, the piece of shit, I think he paid it, thinking he's gonna get out. But then, the judge from the other case with the monster revoked his bail, so I'm hoping that asshole wasted his money and he's still sitting
Pause
there.
real quick.
Oh.
Shout out to John Bravo, too.
Yeah, subscribe to John Bravo's channel. Really great
He has
journalistic
great work on this subject.
Yeah. Is that his real voice, by the way? Is that like a?
I don't know.
Is that a character?
I would imagine. That'd be sweet if it was his real voice.
That pizza shit.
That pizza shit.
All the details from the crime just came out in the police report, and when I tell you this is some sick, crazy shit, because we all know how much of a sick, crazy asshole this guy is, right? Well, now you're gonna see it firsthand when I read you all these details. Wait until you hear this shit. Are you guys ready to hear what this piece of shit did to this girl? It's long. But wait until you hear this. All right, on Saturday, March 14th, the victim went to a Miami Heat basketball game with her female friend. After the game, the defendant picked her up from her friend's house and they went to his residence. At this point, it was approximately 06 hours on Sunday, March 15th. While they were at his residence, the victim stated the defendant received a text message of a screenshot of her and her friend while at the Heat game. Remember that little clip I showed where she was showing her tits, but I had to crop it so I don't get in trouble on YouTube? That's the one he's talking about. The defendant confronted her about her whereabouts as she had not disclosed. She had gone to the game with her friend. The defendant, which is Peggy, began yelling at the victim, explaining he paid for her boob job, that she was disrespectful for having her boobs out, and that those are my boobs, also accusing her of cheating on him.
Those are my boobs.
Those are my boobs.
Oh, okay.
Wes is such an insecure guy. Like, oh, you're cheating on me, too.
Those are my boobs.
Yeah.
See, the asshole, he thinks because he put the tits in her, that he owns them, the asshole. The victim further elaborated this when
That's a great paradox. Like, who owns the breasts?
That's true if he paid for him.
He paid. They're his. He
They're
paid
his-
for them.
yeah.
So, but they're in her body.
Yeah, so I guess technically they are his breasts.
Interesting, kind of like
Yeah.
quandary that presents.
That'd be sweet if the police or the judge was like, okay, well, Wes, you lost in the assault thing, but Megan, you got to give the boobs back to the thing.
I would love that
Yeah.
actually.
That'd be awesome. You stole the boobs off
Yeah.
of Wes.
She had to pay. Yeah, she had to like rip them out right there.
Yeah, right then and there.
Yeah. She didn't have time to do it. She has to rip them out right there
Yeah, right.
in court.
Uh-huh.
the defendant freaked out and against her will forcefully grabbed her by the neck and told her, "You stupid little bitch, that's where you were?" The victim could not remember if the defendant held her with one or two hands, but this caused bruising to her neck area right and left. So the asshole's so insecure about her going to the basketball game, he goes and he chokes her and tells her, "You little bitch, how dare you go to a
Yeah,
basketball
what
game?"
an
and
alpha male, like super insecure.
This guy's a menace.
Yeah, he's a menace to society. He's a danger to society for real.
show your tits. What a fucking asshole. The defendant began to rattle and shake her by grabbing both of her arms forcefully. He continued to push, grab her by her hair, and slam her on the floor. The defendant then dragged the victim by her hair on the floor and later pinned her up against the kitchen table.
Too much? Is that unreasonable?
Yeah, I mean, a little extreme.
Oh, okay. Just
A little
making sure.
extreme.
He pushed and grabbed, manhandling the victim's face, causing a scratch to the victim's right cheek. The victim stated the defendant forcefully pinned her back against the table, causing her back to bend and hurt. The defendant began yelling at the victim, "I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you and your whole family." He continued to push the victim back down on the floor with force, picked her back up, and forcefully against her will sat the victim down in a chair. During the defendant's physical abuse towards the victim, she yelled, "Help me, get him off of me." Then they state there was 2 or 3 other witnesses who were present inside the residence. The victim elaborated that nobody did anything to help her or get the defendant to stop. It should be noted the victim is approximately 5'1" and weighs 125 pounds, while the defendant is 6'1" and weighs 245 pounds. That mother is not no 6'1". He's 5'8", and he's probably 170 pounds now, that little bitch.
So he's 6'1".
It was at this
They wrote. I can't believe they wrote that down in the. in
Yeah,
this
right.
report.
6'1", going from 5'8" to 6'1".
That's a lot. That's like
Yeah.
3 inches.
Well, probably when they're taking this police report, that Wes was like saying his side of the story, and I'm sure he
Yeah.
just said, "Oh, I'm 6'1".
Yeah.
You know. So, oh my God.
They're just like, whatever, man. You're going to jail for 40 years. So
Yeah,
forget
we'll
it.
write you as 10 feet
Yeah,
tall.
we'll give you this
if it
W,
make
I
you
guess.
happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're 10 foot tall.
this point, the victim elaborated that the defendant then grabbed her with his right hand by her hair and then slammed her head down into the kitchen table. This mother took her head and put it on the table. This caused the victim
Wow.
to sustain a cut to her forehead,
Wow.
which began bleeding profusely. The victim
guy.
advised she was in a state of shock when she believed she had momentarily blacked out and lost consciousness. The victim explained her memory was fuzzy afterwards, so the mother probably gave her a concussion, the bitch. The victim advised it was then the defendant stopped beating on her and snatched her cell phone out of her hands. While holding a plate, the defendant threatened to break the plate on top of her head.
Oh my God.
Told her he would grab a bottle and slash it across her face, break it on her head, and then
That's too much, right? I just want to make sure.
Yeah, I mean, this is just so extreme and violent. Oh my God.
And then I hit her with my car, and then I.
Yeah, and then I got a steamroller and ran her over and flattened her out like a pancake. Wow.
What? This guy's crazy.
This is some insecure man that has anger issues severely. Like, he needs to be
told her-
locked up forever. This guy is such
He's
a
a, he's
danger.
a, well, you know what? Honestly, though, when he beat that kid up at the gym,
Yeah.
I'm just thinking like he should be in prison now.
Yeah, right.
He's too
Exactly. They should
scary.
they should have revoked the bond on that. That was like almost like attempted homicide,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah. Always getting pulled over in downtown Miami, constantly with cars
Yeah,
that he's
these
renting.
Goofy cars. And
Check out one of our videos where we watch Wes get pulled over in downtown over a car that he clearly
doesn't own,
Yeah.
like just rents and puts weird plates on
Yeah,
it and
fake
stuff
plates.
like that. Yeah.
yeah.
Like
Or he-
temporary tags to other cars.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
The whole
what?
thing was so sketchy.
I know.
He's lucky he didn't go to jail that day.
Yeah, for real.
kick her face in. And that reminds me, I've spoken to people that have worked for him. I'm not going to mention any names. And they told me stories. They'd be sitting there, they're working, right, minding their own business. And he would just come and out of nowhere, just kick them and be like, get to work, you piece of shit, asshole. So this guy's a crazy. The defendant then told the victim to drink while forcefully pouring alcohol down her throat. It was at this point the defendant told his live-in assistant, which we know that Jose, that butler little bitch, clean her up.
Who's Jose? I don't know that guy. Do you know him?
He's like one of Wes's newer little pals that he always hangs around with. His assistant, his driver,
Okay.
all this stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
She doesn't stop bleeding, for which Jose cleaned her cut and then glued her forehead injury. It was also at this point that the
Elmer's glue.
Yeah, Elmer's glue.
he's using
He just puts wood glue over her forehead. It's like, oh, that'll do it.
he's using rubber cement. He unlocks the thing.
Yeah, huh? So just dumps the bottle on her head. It's like, oh, that should do it.
Yeah. Makes a big booger out of it.
Yeah, right?
defendant gave his friend, who was another witness to the incident, the victim's cell phone. The defendant had his friend look through her text messages, photos, social media to make sure she is not cheating. The unidentified friend began instigating the defendant and his physical actions towards the victim. The third witness was the defendant's security guard, who told the victim to take accountability for her actions of wearing a shirt which exposed her breasts. So this asshole security guard is sitting there and telling her she shouldn't be going out to a basketball game showing her tits. What kind of world is this one?
I mean, I will say though, like if you buy somebody breasts, what are they supposed to do with them? Are they supposed
Yeah,
to
I
show them
know.
off? Like
Supposed to hide it.
I have giant breasts now. I'll just hide them. I
Yeah,
guess.
guess I'll wear a hijab. No one can see my face, you know?
Right. Like in Miami, no less. Like
Yeah, right.
this
Where
is
it's like
it.
hot and everyone's wearing a bikini all the
Right.
time. Like,
you would love Miami. You could wear a bikini.
yeah, I know.
everywhere.
Yeah, I would get fake breasts too if I could live in Miami.
Yeah.
When I have a girl and I'm with her, I want her to look as sexy as she can, so people look at me and be like, "That's a lucky mother." What's wrong with these assholes? The defendant did not allow the victim to utilize her cell phone or to call anyone. The victim was forced by the defendant to tell her cousin she got the scratch on her cheek from derma peeling. Further, the defendant told her if the police were to have arrived at
Do we know what that is? Derma peeling?
It sounds like some sort of
Skincare?
yeah, cosmetic thing where they probably put tape on your face and peel off some layer of epidermis or something.
Right.
Some scammery thing.
I have a dent in my head. That's from derma peeling.
Yeah, I derma peeled too much, caused a huge dent in my head. Pulled away skin and bone.
residence, she needed to tell police she slipped on the rug at the residence. Throughout the altercation, the victim stated the defendant held her hostage and would not let her leave. The victim tried to leave the residence, but the defendant feared she would contact police, and due to being on parole, he could not allow it. The defendant continued to verbally abuse and yell at her. So about not letting her leave, listen, this sick did it with his employees too. Like the people that worked with him, they told me they weren't allowed to leave the house at all. And he would do the same shit to them. The victim eventually...
If he had a job opening right now for an assistant, would you
Oh, yeah.
apply?
I'd apply.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to get kicked all day long and live in some gay guy's mansion. Some closeted homo's mansion.
Right.
Eventually fell asleep, and upon waking the next day, she wanted to leave the defendant's residence, but he would not let her leave. The defendant continued to tell the victim she could not leave because her face was messed up, and you have to stay here for more days until your face heals up. So he was trying to keep her there to heal up her face so that way nobody would see it. The defendant told her if she went home,
that
her
would take a
parents
long time, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it wouldn't heal up in 2 days.
Yeah, at least a few weeks, depending on how severe the injuries are.
He's acting like it's a paper cut.
Yeah, I know. It's like a day and a half. You'll be fine.
Right.
She has like black eyes and a broken nose and a fractured skull. It's like, oh, that'll heal.
The rubber cement will work.
Yeah, right. Let me just dump some more rubber cement on your face.
would call the police on him, and I can't go to jail. The defendant further stated, if I go to jail, something bad is going to happen to you, all your friends, and your family. The defendant further implied he would have girls jump the victim in order to ruin her reputation. The defendant further told the security guard, make sure she doesn't run, and had him stand by the door in an effort to keep the victim from leaving the residence.
Boy, that security guard's going to be in big trouble, too.
Oh, I know.
So that asshole security guard and Jose both took part in this shit. They should be getting charged too, those pieces of shit. Most of the following day, she elaborated the defendant had monitored her incoming text messages. He would give her the phone briefly and told her she needed to tell people she was okay and text them back. Other times, the defendant would act as if he was her and send text messages on her behalf, pretending to be her. I'm okay. I'm going to sleep. So this little bitch takes her phone, pretends to be her, and texts all the people texting her. I had a crazy ex-girlfriend that did that shit to me. This guy's out of his mind. She advised she stealthily took possession of her cell phone as it was on the table while the defendant was getting dressed. The defendant threatened her by telling her, if you want to keep your family safe, don't call the police. While the victim was seated in a chair, he lifted the chair with such force, he dropped the victim on the floor. So he picked up the chair while she's sitting in it and smashes her down. What the? He thinks he's in the WWE. This guy?
Yeah, right, for real.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Smashes a chair over, puts her through a folding table.
Yeah.
Like
If it-
hell in a
If
cell.
it does the sucking thing or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. Degeneration X, suck it.
Right? Wow.
Asshole. The incident of physical abuse lasted approximately 40 minutes, but led into the following day. 2 days of this hell? During this time, the victim was scared and afraid of the defendant. She believed he was capable of killing her, and then himself, as he said such to her.
I'm assuming they're not getting married, right?
Based off of this, like, it's not looking too good.
Okay. I'm just making sure. I was really
Yeah.
excited
the
about
whole proposal thing, I think, was just make Angie jealous, seeing as it
Think
was
so?
her birthday and everything.
Yeah.
Even when he proposed to her and showed the ring, he had the ring facing himself the whole time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it wasn't even facing her. As
Yeah.
like,
You don't think they were really in love?
no, I think they were madly in love.
It's like, yeah. Star-crossed lovers, you know?
Uh-huh.
Escort and just psychopath and
Yeah.
Miami Beach.
Yeah.
The victim stated the defendant does have firearms in the residence, but was unsure how many. And then they show here, wow, so it's listing all the different injuries she had. And like I
Is he allowed to have firearms?
As a felon?
Yeah.
I don't think you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow,
Unless Florida's different, but
I don't think so.
yeah, can't vote as a felon. I don't think you can own firearms as a felon.
said, I seen the ones on her face, but I didn't see all this shit. This mother, he's a monster. Look at this shit. Bruises on right shoulder, bruise on left shoulder, large dark bruise underneath the right breast.
Wow.
Yeah, he was trying to cut it out, the asshole, with his hands. Further, it's clear the defendant struck the victim against her will, causing several injuries and causing the victim to lose consciousness, forcibly striking the victim's face against the table, imprisoned the victim by both threat and violence, and confined her at his residence without letting the victim leave, threatened to hurt the victim while holding a plate, and after already committing battery against her, depriving the victim of the cell phone after snatching it from her hands and preventing the victim from communicating with law enforcement. The defendant has been charged accordingly. So yeah, this guy, honestly,
Crazy.
he's worse than what I thought he was. Because we always said, you know, we see him go crazy on camera and shit, like what happens behind closed doors. But after reading this shit, I mean, I don't see him ever coming out of prison.
You think he'll do life over this?
No, I doubt life, but
20 years? 25 years? You think?
probably not that long, but
10 years?
hopefully 10 years.
Yeah.
On top of the other case, you know?
It'd be really funny if he was still getting like life coaching people like applying for.
Yeah, right.
The message right after. Hey, I saw you on John Bravo. I was wondering if you're still doing coaching.
Yeah,
I
right.
have $3,000 to waste.
Yeah, right.
There's no way. And I spoke to people who were at the house. There's security cameras outside. I think some of this took place out there, so who knows what the cops saw. I think there's only one in the house, but I don't know what that picked up. But yeah, this guy is a fucking monster, and I think this is the last we're gonna see of Wes Watson.
And babe, you know
Good.
this new studio
Even
move?
though it's sad, like, he gives such good lolcow content, but
He's got to go away.
he's got to go.
Listen, guys, we got to sacrifice the content, the lolcow content, because there's a lot of videos we could go over. But this guy, he's got to go away, and he's got to go away for a long time.
Yeah.
He is, in all seriousness, this guy is he's very dangerous, and he should have been in prison a long time ago.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
He should have never gotten out in the first
Yeah.
place. So, you know, and again, that escort, whatever, you're in a, you know, but my God,
I know.
like, you know, nobody deserves to get, you know, have their head smashed into a table.
Exactly. And she's just, like, in her early 20s, too. Like,
Yeah, she really. I mean, I thought Angie was way worse to him.
yeah.
Like, because I followed some of their love affair. She was a total bitch.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
I mean, from what I've seen of this chick, like, at least she seems, like, nice, you know?
I mean, I don't know, but I feel like she. Again, my theory is he knew he was going away, and this was just it was a storm brewing, and then
Yeah.
he just took it out on her.
Yeah.
You know, what could she have possibly done? Like showing off your fake breasts that you just bought? Come on.
I mean, it wasn't that ridiculous. It was just, like, a cleavagey type, like, shirt.
Yeah, he's acting like she went on spring break and showed her
Yeah.
tits. And
Yeah, she was
poured
just
water
sitting there
all over him.
completely topless. Like, no. And she was clearly with a friend. There was no other guys around her or anything.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous.
Well, that's the end of Wes Watson, and I guess we'll focus more on Kate's cooking after this.
Yeah, right, huh?
You know?
Go back to a staple program.
Oh man.